Hi guys, I'm back. Today is the 19th of July 2021. Today I'm going to read Deuteronomy 23 to 27, Proverbs 19, and Psalm 52. Let's get started. No man whose sex organs have been crushed or cut can join in worship with the Lord's people. No one born to an unmarried woman can join in worship with the Lord's people. That also applies to the person's children for all time to come. The people of Ammon and Moab can't join in worship with the Lord's people. That also applies to their children after them for all time to come. The Ammonites and Moabites didn't come to meet you with fear and water on your way out of Egypt. They even hired Balaam from Pethor and Aram to put a curse on you. Balaam was the son of Beor. The Lord your God wouldn't listen to Balaam. Instead, he turned the curse into a blessing for you. He did it because he loves you. So don't make a peace treaty with the Ammonites or Moabites as long as you live. Don't hate the people of Ammon. They are your relatives. Don't hate the people of Egypt. After all, you lived as outsiders in their country. The great-grandchildren of the Edomites and Egyptians can join in worship with the Lord's people. There will be times when you are at war with your enemies, and your soldiers will be in camp. Then keep away from anything that isn't pure and clean. Suppose semen flows from the body of one of your soldiers during the night, then that will make him unclean. He must go outside the camp and stay there. But as evening approaches, he must wash himself. When the sun goes down, he can return to the camp. Choose a place outside the camp where you can go to the toilet. Keep a shovel among your tools. When you go to the toilet, dig a hole, then cover up your waist. The Lord your God will walk around in your camp. He is there to keep you safe. He is also there to hand your enemies over to you. So your camp must be holy. Then he won't see anything among you that is shameful. He won't turn away from you. If a slave comes to you for safety, don't hand them over to you with their master. Let them live among you anywhere they want to. Let them live in any town they choose. Don't treat them badly. A man or woman in Israel must not become a temple prostitute. The Lord your God hates the money that men and women get for being prostitutes. So don't take that money for being prostitutes into the house of the God to pay what you promised to give. Don't charge or owe people any interest. Don't charge when they borrow money, food, or anything else. You can charge interest to people from another country, but don't charge your own people. Then the Lord your God will bless you in everything you do. He will bless you in the land you are entering to take as your own. Don't put off giving to the Lord your God everything you promise him. He will certainly require work from you, and you will be guilty of committing a sin. But if you don't make a promise, you won't be guilty. Make sure you do what you promised to do. With your own mouth, you made a promise to the Lord. No one forced you to do. When you enter the neighbor's vineyard, you can eat all the grapes you want. And don't put any of them in your basket. When you enter your neighbor's field, you can make heads of grain, but don't cut down their standing grain. Suppose a man marries a woman, but later he decides he doesn't like her. He finds something shameful about her, so he gives her a letter of divorce and sends her away from his house. Then after she leaves his house, she becomes another man's wife. The second husband doesn't like her either, so he gives her a letter of divorce and sends her away from his house. Or perhaps he dies. Then her first husband isn't allowed to marry her again. The law would hate that. When her first husband divorced her, she became unclean. Don't bring sin on the land the Lord your God is giving you as your own. Suppose a man has just married his wife, then don't send him into battle. Don't give him any as the duty either. He's free to stay home for 1 year. He needs time to make his new wife happy. Someone might borrow money from you and give you 2 millstones to keep until you repay that. Don't keep the apple. That person needs both millstones to make a living. Suppose someone is caught kidnapping another Israelite, and they sell or treat that person as a slave. Then the kidnapper must die. Get rid of that evil person. What about skin disease? Be very careful to do exactly what the priests who are Levites tell you to do. You must be careful to obey the commands I'm giving them. Remember what the Lord your God did to Miriam on your way out of Egypt. Suppose your neighbor borrows something from you, and he offers you something to keep until you get paid back. Then don't go into their house Stay outside. Let the neighbor bring it out to you. The neighbor might be poor. You might be given their coat to keep until you get paid back. Don't go to sleep while you still have it. Return it before the sun goes down. They needed to sleep in and will thank you for returning it. The Lord your God will see it and know that you have done it the right thing. Don't take advantage of any hired worker who is poor in need. That applies to your own people. It also applies to outsiders living in one of your towns. Give them their pay every day. They are poor and counting money. If you don't pay them, they might cry out to the Lord against you. Then you will be guilty of committing a sin. Parents must not be put to death because of what their children do, and children must not be put to death because of what their parents do. People must die because of their own sins. Do what is right and fair for outsiders and for children whose fathers have died. Suppose a widow borrows something from you, and she offers to give you her coat until she pays you back. Don't take it. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt. Remember that the Lord your God set you free from there. That's why I'm commanding you to do those things. When you're gathering crops in your field, you might leave some grain behind by mistake. Don't go back to get it. Leave it behind for outsiders and widows. Leave it for children whose fathers have died. And the Lord your God will bless you in everything you do. And when you knock olives off your trees, don't go back over the branches a second time. Leave what remains for outsiders and widows. Leave it for children whose fathers have died. When you pick grapes in your vineyard, don't go back over the vines a second time. Leave what remains for outsiders and widows. Leave it for children whose fathers have died. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt. That's why I'm commanding you to do these things. Suppose two people don't agree about something, then they must take their case to court. The judges will decide their case, and they will be let the one who isn't guilty go free, and they will punish the one who is guilty. The guilty one might have done something that's worthy of a beating. Then the judge will make them lie down and be beaten with a whip right there in the court. The number of strokes should fit the crime, but the judge must not give the guilty person more than 40 strokes. If more than that are used, you've disrespected your right neighbor. Don't stop an ox from eating while you use it to separate grain from straw. Suppose two brothers are living near each other, and then his widow must not marry anyone, and one of them dies without having a son. Then his widow must not marry anyone outside the family. Her husband's brother should marry her. That's what a brother-in-law is supposed to do. Their first baby boy will be named after her first husband. Then the dead man's name will continue in Israel. But suppose the man doesn't want to marry his brother's wife. Then she will go to the elders at the gate of the town. She will say, my husband's brother refuses to keep his brother's name alive in Israel. He won't do what a brother-in-law is supposed to do. Then the elders in this town will send for him. They will talk to him, but he still will say, I don't want to marry her. Then his brother's widow will go up to him in front of the others. She will pull one of his sandals off his foot. She will spit in his face, and she will say, that's what we do to a man who would build up his brother's family. That man's family line will be known in Israel as the family of the man whose sandal was pulled off. Suppose two men are fighting, and the wife of one of them comes to save her husband from his attack. So she reaches out and takes hold of his attacker's private parts. Then you must cut off her head. Don't feel sorry for her. Don't have two different scales. Don't have scales that cause things to seem heavier or lighter than they really are. And don't have two different sets of measures. Don't have measures that cause things to seem larger or smaller than they really are. You must use measures that are honest and exact. Then you will live a long time in the land the Lord your God has given you. He hates anyone who cheats. Remember what the Israelites did to you on your way out of Egypt. You were tired and worn out. They met up with you on your journey. They attacked everyone who was lagging behind. They didn't have any respect for God. So the Lord your God will give you peace and rest from all the enemies around you. He'll do this in the land He's given you to take over as you reign. No one on earth will mention the Amalekites ever again because you destroyed them. Do not forget, you'll enter the land the Lord your God has given you as your home. You'll take it over. You'll make your home in the land. When you do, get some of the first share of everything your soil produces. Put it in a basket. It's from the land the Lord your God has given you. Take your gifts and go to the special place you'll choose. You will put your name there. Speak to the priests and office at that time. Tell them, I announce today that to the Lord your God that I have come to this land. It's the land He promised to give us. He promised to give it to our people who are good. The priest will receive the basket from you. He'll set it down in front of the altar of the Lord your God. And you'll speak while the Lord is listening. You'll say, my father Jacob was a wanderer from the land of Aram. He went down into Egypt with few people. He lived there and became the father of a great nation. But the people of Egypt treated us badly and made us very suffer. They made us work very hard. Then they cried out to the Lord. He is the God of our people who lived long ago. He heard our voice. He saw how much we were suffering. The Egyptians were treating us badly. They were making us work very hard. So the Lord used this mighty hand and helpful arm to bring us out of Egypt. He did great and terrifying things. He did strange and amazing things. He brought us to this place. He gave us this land. The land is plenty of milk and honey. Now, Lord, I'm bringing you the first share of crops from the soil. After all, you have given them to me. Place the basket in front of the Lord your God. Bow down to it. Then you and the Levites and the outsiders among you will be full of joy. You will enjoy all the good things the Lord your God has given to you and your family. You will set apart a tenth of everything you produce in the third year. That's the year for giving a tenth to everyone, people who have greater needs. You will give it to the Levites, outsiders, and widows. You will also give it to children whose fathers have died. Then all of them will have plenty to eat in your tent. Say to the Lord your God, say to him, I have taken the sacred chair from my house. I have given it to the Levites, outsiders, and widows. I have also given it to children whose fathers have died. I have done everything you commanded me to do. I haven't stopped obeying your commands. I haven't forgotten any of them. I haven't eaten any part of your sacred chair while you burned over someone who had died. I haven't taken any of it from my house while I was hungry, and I haven't offered any of it to the dead. Oh my God, I've obeyed you. I've done everything you commanded me to do. Look down from the holy place where you live in heaven. Bless your people. Bless the land you have given us. It's the land you promised to give to our people for good. It's a land that has plenty of milk and honey. This day the Lord your God commands you to obey all these rules and laws. Be careful to obey them with all your heart and with all your soul. Today you have announced that the Lord is your God. You said you would live exactly as He wants you to live. You have agreed to keep His rules, commands, and laws, and you said you would listen to Him. Today the Lord has announced that you are His people. He has said that you are His special treasure. He promised that you would be. He has told you to keep all His commands. He has announced that He will make you famous. He will give you more praise and honor than all the other nations He has made. And He has said that you will be a holy nation. The Lord your God has set you apart for Himself. And that's exactly what He promised to do. Moses and the elders gave commands to the people. They said, obey all the commands that we're giving you today. You will go across the Jordan River. You will enter the land the Lord your God has given you. What do you do? Put up some large stones. Set up some large stones. Put a coat of plaster on them. Write all the words of the Lord on them. Do it when you have crossed over into the land the Lord your God has given. It's a land that has plenty of milk and honey. The Lord is the God of your people of long ago. He promised you that He would enter the land. After you have gone across the Jordan, stand up those stones on Mount Ebal. Put a coat of plaster on them. We're commanding you today to do that. We're commanding you. Build an altar there to honor the Lord your God. Make it out of stones. Don't use any iron to ornament. Use stones you'll find in the fields to build His altar. Then offer burnt offerings on it to the Lord your God. Sacrifice friendship offerings there. Eat them and be filled with joy in the sight of the Lord your God. You must write all the words of this law on the stones you have set up. Write the words very clearly. Then Moses and the priests who are Levites spoke to all the Israelites. They said, Israel, be quiet. Listen, you've now become the people of the Lord your God. Obey His commands and rules that were given today. Here are the commands that Moses gave the people that same day. You will go across the Jordan River. When you do, 6 tribes will stand on Mount Gerizim to bless the people. Those tribes are Simeon, Levi, Judah, Isaac, Joseph, and Benjamin. The other 6 tribes will stand on Mount Ebal to announce some curses. Those tribes are Reuben, Gad, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali. The Levites will speak in a loud to all the Israelites in a loud voice. The Levites will say, may anyone who makes a statue of a god and sets it up in secret be under the Lord's curse. That statue is made by a skilled worker, and the Lord hates it. Then all the people will say, Amen. Anyone who brings shame on their father or mother will be under the Lord's curse. Then all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who moves their neighbor's boundary stone be under the Lord's curse. And then all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who leads blind people down the wrong road be under the Lord's curse. Then all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who treats unfairly outsiders, widows, and children whose fathers have died be under the Lord's curse. Then all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who sleeps with his stepfather be under the Lord's curse. That man brings shame on his father by doing that. Then all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who has sex with an animal be under the Lord's curse. And all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who sleeps with his sister be under the Lord's curse. It doesn't matter whether she is his full sister or his half sister. Then all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who sleeps with his mother-in-law be under the Lord's curse. Then all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who kills their neighbor secretly be under the Lord's curse. And then all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who accepts money to kill someone who isn't guilty of doing anything wrong be under the Lord's curse. And all the people will say, Amen. May anyone who doesn't honor the words of this law by obeying them be under the Lord's curse. Then all the people will say, Amen. Proverbs 19. It is better to be poor and to live without money. That's getting it done to be foolish, and that's just what doing. Being excited about something without knowledge is good. It's even worse to be in a hurry and miss the way. A person's own foolish acts destroy their life, but their heart is angry with the Lord. Wealth brings many friends, but even the closest friend of a fool person abandons them. Dishonest witness will be punished, and whoever pulls out lies will not go free. Many try to win the favor of rulers, and everyone is the friend of a person who gives gifts. Poor people are avoided by their whole family, but their friends avoid them even more. The poor person runs after his friends to beg for help, but they can't be fair. Anyone who gets wisdom loves life. Anyone who values understanding will soon succeed. A dishonest witness will be punished, and those who pour out lies will die. It isn't proper for a foolish person to live in great comfort, and it is much worse when a slave rules over princes. A person's wisdom makes them patient. They will be honored if they forgive someone who sins against them. The king's anger is like a lion's roar, but his favor is like dew on the grass. A foolish child is a father's hope, but nagging wife is like dripping that never stops. You will receive houses and wealth from your parents, but a wise wife is given by the Lord. Anyone who doesn't want to work sleeps his life away, and a person who refuses to work is hungry. Those who keep their commandments keep their lives, but those who don't care how they live will die. Anyone who is kind to poor people learns to love. God will reward them for what they have done. Train your children, because then they are sorry. Don't do anything to bring about their death. A person with a bad temper must pay for it. If you save them, you'll have to do it again. Listen to advice and accept correction. In the end, you will be counted among those who are wise. A person who has many plans in their heart, but the Lord's purpose wins out in the end. And everyone longs for love that never fails. It is better to be poor than to be alive. Have respect for the Lord leads to life. Then you will be confident and free from fear. A person who doesn't want to work leaves his hand in the ditch. He won't even bring it back up to his mouth. If you want the person who makes fun of others, charge people will learn to be wise. If you want those who already understand what is right, they will gain even more knowledge. Anyone who robs their father and drives out their mother is a child who brings shame and dishonor. My son, if you stop listening to what I teach you, you will wander away from the words of knowledge. A dishonest witness makes fun of what is right. The master of those who do wrong go down you. Those who make fun of others will be judged. Foolish people will be punished. Psalm 52. You think you're such a big strong man. Why do you brag about the evil things you do? You are the dishonest to God all the time. You plan ways to destroy others. Your tongue is like a blade that has a sharp edge. You are always telling lies. You love evil instead of good. You would rather lie than tell the truth. You love to harm others with your words you lie. So God will destroy you forever. He will grab you and pluck you from your tent. He will remove you from this life. Those who do what is right will see and learn a lesson from it. They will laugh at you and say, just look at this fellow. He didn't depend on God for his safety. He put his trust in you as well. He grew strong by destroying others. But I am like a healthy olive tree. My roots are deep in the house of God. I trust in your faithful love forever and ever. I will praise you forever for what you have done. I will praise you when I'm in with your faithful people. I will put my hope in you because you're good. Now that's done, I shall add to the Lord's Prayer. Please bow your heads. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as you also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.